welcome to another episode of Excelsior Now Podcast, where we take your favorite YouTuber, community star, and I don't know, Stardust, and we ask them what's shaking now. How you doing today, Stardust?
I was doing all right until all of a sudden this guy's like, so we've got community people, we've got these people, and then whatever Stardust is, he's here as well.
I'd like to also introduce my lovely co-host, Mr. Bloody Reckless. Say hello to the people, Bloody.
What's up, people? Good to have y'all. It's gonna be a lot of laughs tonight, and we're picking it with Stardust, Doom, myself. So tune in.
A lot of tears as well, apparently, Doom.
Y'all already know.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys Hulk smash the like button, hit subscribe, ring the notification bell. That way you never miss an episode or when we are Excelsior Now live in it. Oh my gosh, I don't even know where to start with this thing. Stardust, you're doing good today. It's 1 o'clock in the morning where you are, kind sir. Thank you. Thank you for still tuning in and joining us on this lovely occasion, bro. Number 5. You're number 5, bro. So
I'm number 5. There we go. It only took you 4 other guests that weren't as good as me to get to 5.
You really don't want to go there. I promise you. I promise you. Bro.
Me and Sonata have only just recently become all right with each other. I don't want to start being like, yeah, shit.
Just leave it where it's at. Dude, okay, let's start this show with some questions as we always do. Y'all already know I give him 2 softballs, then we pull out. You already know what we do. Stardust, could you just tell my subscribers, just in case none of them know who you are, which if they don't, they're under a rock. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us who Mr. Slight Stardust actually is.
So, I am a 20-year-old individual from the United Kingdom, as you can probably tell by the accent. I don't know what to say about myself, Doom. I don't know what you want. Do you want my blood type? Do you want my address? Do you want like why I started you? I don't get it. There's so much.
And this was the best episode of Excelsior Now Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in.
I have so like that's such an open
Tell us your blood type, what type of waffles you like.
This dude asked me oh my god, I can't
I like those, like, you know, those sweet waffles that you have like breakfast, you put in your toasters and stuff like that. I like those ones.
Oh god. Okay. All right. Oh
I love it.
I'm literally lost place dealing with you, bro.
I thought it was a softball question. You're asking like, what's the meaning of life, Stardust?
It was supposed to be a softball question, but no, you turned it into a goddamn fastball.
This was soul searching. I was like, wow, who am I? And I start like chucking rocks across the lake and shit, doing a little montage. Wow, that's deep.
Oh god, why did I do this? Okay, question number 2.
Okay,
Mr. Slight Stardust, what is the best thing about being a content creator to you?
Okay, so I'll actually answer this properly. So I think the best thing about being a content creator is all the people I get to meet and speak to. Like, you know, I mean, there were so many people in this community alone, in the Avengers community, that I didn't know existed. And that was, you know, that was just because I'd never wanted to be in a gaming community before. Do you know what I mean? Like, I never was interested in sort of being like, oh, I'm going to look at Animal Crossing YouTubers when I was in that game like a year ago, right? So I was like, you know what? I'm going to really delve deep into Avengers with this one. And obviously, I got to hear of Tony Bing, Lejeune, Hyrule, yourself, you know, the who's, right?
Right.
And because of that, through those big content creators, I also got to meet some great friends who aren't content creators. So it was because of that networking that I was able to meet a lot of people that I'm just great friends with. A load of those people are in chat right now, actually.
Nice. What you can say hello to them? Go ahead.
Hi, Artie, Jazzy, Alkheim, Slip. Bloody, you're here already, but yeah. I don't know Eric, but hi Eric. I don't know Jason, but hi Jason. And Damone, I don't know you yet, but hello. There you go. I said hello to everyone.
Thank you, Mr. Slice Stardust.
I
Bloody.
I love it. Yo,
Chat. Grab your popcorn, people. Grab your popcorn.
Oh,
It is
God.
that time. It is that time. Slice Stardust, are you ready for the real? Are you ready for the real, sir?
I've got
Oh
my
my
pillow.
God, he's got
Let's
his
do this.
crying pillow. Oh my
All right,
God.
man.
Oh God. How does it feel, literally? I mean, this is a serious question because I'm gonna give some backstory on this question. Me and Bloody go through this all the time, and I'm always preaching to him about not being in my shadow, to do his own thing, right?
I know where this is going.
So, how does it finally feel to step out of Hyrule's shadow from, being a simple podcast to actually just being Slight Stardust, bro? Let's go.
Oh, okay. So I actually, you know what's funny? I actually expected you to ask this sort of question, right? So I had, when last night I was laying in bed. I was like, I have this fucking speech in my head, right? This big passionate speech. But basically, okay. So I'll do a little bit of backstory, right? Because there is quite a lot of story to this. So
I got water.
I did not know Hyrule personally outside of just his YouTube, persona, whatever. So when he was like, "Oh, I might need, a co-host for this podcast I'm doing," I was like, "Oh, sick, clout, let's do it." Right? So I was like, "Hyrule, how you doing, man? I would love an opportunity for this." And it was because I was friends with a guest he had before, Joe Abel from the Murphy's Multiverse, that Hyrule was like, "Oh yeah, okay, we'll give it a go." Our very first conversation was the first episode. That was the first time we ever spoke to each other verbally. Was the very first episode of that show, and around that time, I was on like 100 subscribers. Like there was no reason a channel of his size should have given me a time of day, but he did. And then since then, we became like really great friends. And I think that, like, I mean, I asked Hyrule if it was okay to say this, but every so often, when this was spoken about quite a lot of, like, the sidekick stuff was being brought up quite a bit, the shadow and stuff, I was like, okay, I want to prove those people wrong. So I sort of had like a little competition with Hyrule a little bit, where I was like, I want to get more views than you do. I want to fucking, and he doesn't know this, by the way. So I hope that he's all right with me saying this, but I was like, I want to show people that I can be not bigger, because I'm not trying to stamp on him, but I want it to be like, we're our own people, right?
Exactly.
Hyrule helped me, but I made myself. So my very first time I got to fully flex that was my Black Panther video that got like 17K.
Nice.
And I was like, let's see Hyrule's most viewed video, 8K. Fuck you. And it was little bits like that. Like, it's kind of like, but the thing is, though, one thing I will say is that I like the fact that, thanks to Hyrule and thanks to the friendship we built, even if I'm not on Assemble the weekly recaps, we don't do that really because there's no reason to talk about the game anymore at the minute. It's like I still have met so many great people through Hyrule that have sort of translated over. And the thing is as well is that, like, I think the big advice I can give to people is that collaborations they're not the be all and end all, right? So say, for example, Doom, you're a way bigger tuber than I am. That's just a fact by the statistics. No, stop. 4K, 1K. It's just the way it is, bro. Numbers talk, right? Shut up. So, right? That doesn't mean that all of a sudden the other 3,000 of your subs are going to come over to me and we're going to be like that, right? Because my content has to translate well to the people who see this. So Hyrule definitely helped get eyes on me, but it was through my content I was able to keep people retention. And I think that even back then, before I had 1,000 subscribers and stuff like that, whenever people said sidekick, it was like, I get why you're saying that, because it is thanks to Hyrule that I am being more seen, but at the same time, that really negates the work that I put in to keep people afterwards. Yes. So I think that, like, and people say, I've got no problem being Hyrule's sidekick. I've got no problem being his mate. He's a good dude. If I was going to be anyone's, like, oh, you're Hyrule's friend, fuck it. Okay.
I feel you on that. Yeah, that's how I feel about them. I don't mind being a sidekick.
Like if I couldn't think of anyone else that I would like to be associated with as a friend, because he's such a great voice.
So I owe pretty much a lot of what I have now to Hyrule as well. I mean, him putting me on his channel for that little conversation we had. It wasn't really a podcast. It was just us talking, and that really got a lot of people from Avengers looking at me, and I always thank him. That's why he was the first guest on Excelsior Podcast. You know what I mean? Because if it wasn't for him, it wouldn't be no Excelsior in a sense. You know what I mean? So let's pull out some more popcorn because we still going. It doesn't end with one. It doesn't end with one. This question right here, you kind of answered on Twitter, which I hate you for on the low. I love you, brother, but I hate you for this. Okay. But that's why I threw the mad faces up. But is there any way to repair the relationship between you and my twin, Sada, the gamer? Because I know you guys aren't to say enemies or anything like that, but I know that y'all don't get along. You know what I mean? So is there anything that you think that can be done to help repair you guys? Because I think you guys are both awesome. You know what I mean? So go ahead, brother.
I don't know if Sadat would agree with this, but I think the mini interaction we had on Twitter showed that our little shit talking to each other wasn't as deep as it probably seemed like it was. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, I think we were just in both really different mindsets at the time. And I think that we're both quite outspoken and loud sort of people. So when it's like, no, fuck you, it's like, it doesn't even need to make sense, right? The arguments don't even need to make sense. As long as we keep going, there is no winner. And that's what it is. But once there was a bit of space where we could stop, at least for me, I was like, I don't hate Sadat. I don't dislike Sadat. Do you know what I mean? I like his content. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't sat up when I got that, when he sent the question, like, fucking Sadat, sharpen my knives and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing like that. Like, to be honest, that goes for pretty much anyone in this community that I may have had like shit with in the past. It's the internet. It's really not that deep. Most of you aren't bad people. I know Sadat isn't a bad person. I've got no reason to think he's a bad person. Right. It's just that, we just disagreed on that. We shit talked each other a little bit, and that was it. Like, will we ever be like best friends linking hands into the meadow?
No. I'm not expecting that at all. But see, I'm expecting and hoping to get both of you on for a round table. You know what I mean? Because the round table is going to get bigger. It's not just going to be the 5 people that were here last time. It's going to get bigger. It's going to have more people in it. So like I don't do drama. Y'all know this. If there's drama, I'm going the other way. I don't do it. So I would like for you guys to at least come to a mutual content creators agreement to where, hey, we can be on the same podcast, and I won't be like, hey, you, you know what I mean? And it'd be cool. You know what I mean?
I mean, like, even back then, Sadat never said or did anything that was like deep-rooted fucking anger. It was just, he was defending himself in his corner. I was doing the same thing. Just ended up being a bit of shit talking in between. I mean, and the thing is like, even that little bit of banter that we had on Twitter was like before we started this was enough for me to be like, oh, we're probably all right. Like, that was it.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I haven't talked to him about it. Hopefully he's watching and whatnot, and he can see for himself. You know what I mean? So cool. All right, last and final question with just me. Then we'll slide it all over to my brother over there, Bloody Reckless. Hey, but question number 5, Mr. Slight Stardust. How the hell did you appear on Excelsior Now Podcast before I get to get on Community Voices? And you invited me on months ago. How the hell this happened, bro? How?
Okay, all right. So listen. Right, here's what it. Right, okay. So with Community Voices, I get this sort of thing where. So after Andy, right, I was like, I want to have a bit of time off away from it, right? So because by the way, it's not just you, Doom. All Father's also in the backlog of a guy that I've said.
We're not talking about All Father right now. We're not talking about All Father right now. Back to your answer, sir. I'm listening.
I think my internet's going a bit weird, Doom. You don't want to repeat yourself. Oh, what's going on?
Man,
I want to move on before I disconnect. What's going on? Whoa, 2 bars? Shit, that's crazy.
What an answer. I love it, bro. Nah, dude, I just wanted to mess with you. That's why I was telling you in the beginning, because I'm like looking at question number 5, and I'm like, bro, really? You really want to go there? I'm like, okay, I got you. All right, and this is the segment when my dog Bloody Reckless takes 3 questions, which we have gathered 3 from Twitter, and he'll ask you those 3 questions, bro. So I'm gonna let you guys 2 chap it up, and y'all do y'all thing, man. I'm gonna relax while y'all do that.
Again, Slight, man, it's so good for you to be on here, man. And we're gonna chop it up. So first question. It's really like 4, Doom, but I'm gonna try and make it into 3. So the first question for you, Slight. Have you ever wanted to quit content creating? And if so, why did you want to quit? Kind of a personalized question.
I don't think I wanted to kind of quit. Oh, actually, you know what? Fuck it. I tell a lie. I did at one point. Am I allowed to be as open, name drop whoever? Like,
go ahead, man. It's your answer, bro. This is your answer.
Bro. Okay, cool. You got the floor.
So when Kyle, the fucking, the demon under the bed, right? That did it like a fucking, like, pretty much a whole dedicated stream to being like, this fucking dude, he's that, and the other. And all his like minions, his cult following grew from the fucking ground, like, and they fucking come after me. It was difficult. It was really difficult because it felt like at the time, I didn't really have anyone at that point, right? Even though I was speaking to Hyrule, my friend Sonic Photo, etc. It was just like, damn, this fucking sucks. Like, I hate the internet. Like, and it was getting sort of on top of me a little bit. And I was just thinking to myself, like, I'd rather quit than deal with these sort of people. But then after like a little bit, I was kind of like, you know what? I mean, because I was scared to do another video, thinking it was just going to be disliked, constantly bad comments and stuff. So I thought, what's the point, right? If I'm not going to be allowed to grow because they won't let me. But I did another one anyway, and the views and the likes actually were higher.
Nice.
Because what ends up happening when people start slugging you off on streams and stuff like that is they come to your channel and they see that you're not what they say you are. So they're like, oh shit, I like this guy. And then there you go. And that's kind of one of the reasons why, like, if I get into a big argument on Twitter now, or, someone's really on me, I just see it as just an opportunity. like a good little, and not one I want to be involved in, by the way, that often. I don't want to have drama all the time. It's just that when it does happen, I don't get afraid anymore because I know that there are still going to be people who care. Doom, stop looking.
Dude, okay. All right. Next question.
It's a 2-parter. It was one time, but 2-parter, right?
Oh, he snorted in my face too. He's like, yeah, that's me twice.
I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I'm not a content creator, but yeah, I definitely feel you on that. It can definitely have an emotional tie, when it comes to making videos and how people feel, how you feel. So I get that. Secondly, as a Marvel content creator, centric content creator, what are your plans going forward in terms of content and with the upcoming year, 2022? How are you going to keep your channel fresh and active from now until 2022 with Marvel content?
Well, if there was one way to keep my channel fresh, it's not covering Marvel's Avengers, right? So it's like, obviously we've got Guardians out around the corner. Can only do so much of that though. But I'll do other superhero games. I'll do other stuff like that. If there's a big, like, really bad space between where there's like a month of absolutely nothing, I'll just play different games. I'll show off different stuff. Like, I've been playing Borderlands 3 recently.
Oh, nice.
if I can get some cool builds on that game, I'll do similar build videos like I do on Avengers, but with Borderlands. Like, at the end of the day, I love superhero games, but if there isn't enough of that to cover, then I'll just find other stuff that I enjoy, and I'll do videos on that, or stream more often. Like, I think that, when it comes to sort of content creators that cover either Avengers or Marvel, a lot of people kind of think that, like, oh, Avengers, is having a down moment. Guardians only one way through. You're all fucked. It's like, no, Doom, for example, plays Back for Blood. You know what I mean? Like, you just get on with it. You know what I mean? And if people stick around, they stick around. If they don't, they don't. Like, it's just one of them things.
I feel you on that. I feel you.
Answer too, yeah.
You got to do what you got to do. Basically, is what I got out of that. I completely understand that. Get your popcorn ready, Doom. This one's a little bit more juicier. Stardust.
Okay.
To you. So, what's your opinion on how Crystal Dynamics has not just handled the community, but how they handle the environment they've created where content creators do?
Oh shit! Mm-hmm. That's shocking. It's absolutely shocking. I'm gonna look. So at the end of the day, I was in Tony Bing's Discord earlier. Obviously, he's done a big speech saying I'm leaving and that. Someone asked him, like, have they reached out to you and been like, yo, you want to talk about this? No one has. No one's asked Tony, why aren't you in there anymore? Why have you left? It's shocking. That's awful. Like, imagine caring that little about your content creators' opinions. Like, I'm myself, Doom, Sadat, us, we're not in there. We're not in that. The thing is, I don't even want to be in there. They don't give a shit about what I've got to say. Do you know what I mean? What's the point in talking to a fucking wall? Like, there was, and the amount of times that when Jay Shockblast was on his stream, because I watched his last one, and he was talking about how he was, you're preaching to the choir. I've said all this shit to them, and they've not said a word. They've not. It's just that I'm not interested in not being listened to. Like, it's fun to get content out before anyone else with the exclusive info, but it's like it's too corporate. It's too corporate for me, all that shit. Like, I just don't think that they're like, not the content creators, I mean the actual like group space itself. It just feels like they're feeding them bollocks to give out on Twitter, and then it makes them look stupid. You know what I mean? Like, they use the content creators as a fucking advertising speed bump so that when things go wrong, they can be like, well, we didn't promise you nothing. We got them to do it. You know what I mean? So
they're a buffer, bro. They're straight buffer, bro.
and it's just awful. Like, like the other day, I'm not going to call any developer out by name, but the other day there was a post on the official Discord, and this bloke was like, don't really like going on Reddit too much. They've got inaccurate information, stuff like that. I was like, look, I replied to it, and I said, look, it's unfair for you to look at the 1% of arseholes on Reddit and completely ignore everyone else that has a chance to, like, speak to you, right? It's not fair. And he said that's fair. And then since a few people said the same thing, I've like searched up and I went, I've seen him more on Reddit. So, but the thing is, it shouldn't be down to like this guy to go on. It should be down to the community team to be going on Reddit, Discord, stuff like that. It all seems a bit mixed up to me. So, I mean, I don't know what's going on over there. I mean, I would rather communication be sorted before devs make snarky comments on Twitter.
Let me say this real quick, Stardust. Let me say this real quick. The biggest piece of information that we have gotten out of anybody from that era, I'm not going to call any names, has literally shotting our homie Avengers haters up from 200 to 300 subs. Shout out Avengers hater, baby. Yo!
Well done, mate. Well
literally,
done.
That's the only info we got, is that they literally attacked a damn 200, now 300 follower troll damn account, bro. Like, what? Like, come
that
on,
Wolverine
man.
video Avengers hated did almost on a mil. That's ridiculous. I couldn't dream of those views in total.
Bruh. You feel me? Like seriously,
crazy. Honestly, like you know, the thing is, you know what, right? The amount of times, like, yeah, okay, I've said that Avengers hater, you know, he goes overboard sometimes, but at the
that's
end of the
his
day,
job, though, bro.
it's
That's his job.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. It's someone who's sticking to their like. Oh, you know what? I wouldn't even call it a character. I think it's one of them situations where it's like they've seen how popular it is, so they're like, I will become.
Right.
They're like, I am the Avengers hater now.
Exactly. All right, we're gonna take a quick second to just shout out my sponsor real quick. Big shout outs to Financial Felons. Let me go ahead and plug them real quick. www.financialfelons.com. And you can go ahead and use code Doom, get 15% off all the merchandise there. You find all kind of cool apparel, cool everything. Just go to financialfelons.com. Just do it. Just go do it. Also, if you are not, please go ahead and hit that join button on the channel. Become a channel member. Trust me, for what we have coming aboard and what we got going on, you guys are want to be a channel member. Mr. Slice Stardust, is there anyone you want to any sponsor or anyone you want to give a shout out to before we get to the next segment, sir?
You think I'd have a sponsor? Have you seen the way I talk on Twitter? You think I've got a sponsor? The closest I ever got was doing a Raid Shadow Legends stream, but I was I was thinking, oh, okay, what do they need me to do? Stream the game for 2 hours? Yeah, I'm good. Like, oh, no, thank you. Like, no chance.
All right, guys. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all literally have 30 seconds to share this video with anybody you want to. One person. All you got to do is share this video with one person. 30 seconds. After that, y'all know what time it is, right? It's fire or trash. Let's go. We are back.
I think people just got excited about my sponsors during those 30 seconds.
You never know, bro. You might get a sponsor now. They might not have known, They might not have known that you were looking for one, dude. So there you go. Big shout out to Artie, man. Thank you. Thank you very much for the super chat, boss. Greatly appreciate over here. All right, Stardust. This is the time where we play a game called Fire or Trash. First off,
I've never heard of the game before, bro.
Okay, yes, because your homeboy really rocked that for us. So shout out to High Ruler, but damn. All right, fire is good, trash is bad. Obviously, you know how to play fire or trash, bro. Are you ready?
Let's go.
Heineken.
Is that beer? Yeah, fire.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I didn't know what it was.
TV, reality TV.
Trash.
Lady Gaga.
Trash.
Twerk videos.
God.
Fire.
Led Zeppelin.
Fire.
Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Fire.
Squid Games.
Fire.
Okay.
Fried chicken.
Fire.
Marijuana.
Fire.
Hentai.
You need it to light it. You need fire to light that shit.
Did he really just say that, yo?
It's dangerous to put it in the trash. Whatever goes up, it like that. all of a sudden, you've got all this wildlife high as fuck in the trees, and like, imagine you're at a park or something. You chuck it in a bin. All the ducks are fucking.
Why are we here? Why are we?
I feel like my whole life just passed me by, bro.
I didn't even get to the last question, bro. Like,
there was another one. I thought,
I'm done. I don't even want to ask it anymore.
Right. Because I was just thinking, like, if you chuck it in a bin or trash and it goes up like that, you're gonna make everyone fucking. It's gonna be crazy. Imagine a poor guy's going for his first day of work. He goes past the bin and he's got like this breathalyzer situation. Like,
Bloody
walks in like, we've got a drugs test.
The...
We got a drugs test. It's like, you what?
I'm pretty sure my life just like passed me by to like every single answer he said.
Dying, yo. Oh God. But please take some questions from the chat. I can't even with Stardust right now, bro. You are a special case, my dude. I promise you, you are definitely a special case. Can we?
This guy is. You got my alarm going on. Right.
I'm sorry, guys. Can we get some questions? Please.
I love
can't, dude. I'm literally dying on, bro. If I die on my own podcast, I will kill you, dog.
Well, it's, exactly. Marijuana's a good medicine, Fire, bro.
Fire. Oh my God, bro. Okay. I'm about to just pick some random questions, yo. Here we got a question from Zai Pizzy. Why do you think Avengers is not responding or listening to the community when it'll help them revive their game? We can both answer this question. I'll go first, Stardust.
Yep.
The reason, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, y'all know I love the Avengers game. This game has literally made my channel. But if I'm being realistic right now, it looks like the game might be closing, dude. After Spider-Man, after that stuff, bro. It just, to me, it does not look good for the game. And I'm actually a little pissed off and a little spooked behind that because y'all know I love the game. That's my favorite game to play. But at this point, with Vince leaving, with, so many people leaving before that, it shouldn't even really pay attention to. You know what I mean? With them, with no responses at all to anything, dude. Nothing. Like, they're not even talking to us, bros. So I'm actually thinking the game might close down. It might lose support. Stardust, would you like to interject on this question, boss man?
Yeah, so I saw a really good piece of advice from a bunch of people that were around during the end of Marvel Heroes, that a lot of the developers started getting a little bit more snarkier, on their social platforms and that, because what have they got to be afraid of, right? What we've seen recently, we've seen a lot of that recently, right? We've seen a lot of fucking, of people come out the woodworks and, whether it be sort of sarcastic comments or just general sort of replies that would normally give them a bit of shit. But they're still going for it and stuff. Mix that in with the fact that, like, I don't believe anything that's coming out is brand new. It's all stuff that's either been made before the game was about to release or like was scheduled for close to release, if you know what I mean. So like I can't think of anything besides maybe Red Room Takeover where they've made something brand new and they aren't working on something from the ground up, if that makes sense. So like, I think you're right. I think a lot of it just doesn't look good. I think they're trying to get as much pennies out of us as possible before it gets to the next year. And they're like, guys, the roadmap next year, we've got an event, Captain Marvel to finish the Kree shit, done. Maybe they won't even get to that.
Man, I'm really, it's looking that way. It's really scary, bro, especially for content creators like us. You know what I mean? Where that's our main game. You know what I mean? That's what we have built our channels off of. So it's really scary. Got a question from the man, High Ruler. Your twin, like Santa's my twin. We got your twin in the game.
I don't lose my hair.
If you.
Right. Yeah, no. I hope that's not accurate. I hope we're twins. I hope we're twins, like Avengers says, comic inspired. Like, I hope that's the level
twin means together we win, bro. That's what it means.
Oh,
it's a hood terminology.
Yeah,
bro.
okay.
Yeah. Oh my
Sorry.
God. Stardust, if you had a magic wand, what would be the one thing you'd fix, and what's the one thing that is unfixable at this point?
One thing I'd fix is gear, because gear can genuinely be content if it's good enough. Like, I'm cool with running through the same bullshit hives as long as the gear at the end is absolutely amazing. I pick up one piece and I'm like, I want to get back on this game and use that gear piece. I've said it countless times on streams when I've played Borderlands, Division 2, etc. There is guns in both games that I love to just load in and use because they are so fun. If there's a gear piece that I can find on Avengers with each hero that makes me do that, then that's I'm happy with that. If there's gear to grind that makes me excited, actual good god rolls that change everything, right? They're absolute game changers. Then that's a lot. Things can take as long as they want to release. If you've got solid gear, I'm pretty sure people will come back every so often and grind for that great gear piece. But at the minute, all we've got is what? Damage buff, Tachyon Surge, fucking boring. You know what I mean? We're boring. So yeah, I changed that, and I think something that's unfixable is I don't know, man. Probably the wounds that they've given this community. To be honest, that'll never get fixed. Like, this game could do a complete 180. 5 years down the road, they've got new deals coming out. Everyone will remember this. You know what I mean? And there will always be a thing. This game fucks up once, big time. In the next couple of months, this will be brought up again. Yep. In 5 years, it could do the same thing. Be like, guys, you remember that consumables bullshit? Like,
bro, that's the thing. You're right, because people who are hurt have long memories, man. They have long memories, bro. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I feel you. Doom Squad member King Greek asks, "Will Stardust ever make that interview with me?" He prompted, bro. We all in the same boat, Greek. I'm still trying to get on Community Voices, sir. So, Stardust, could you have an answer for anybody today?
Great. Listen, great. I will definitely be on an interview video of yours. It's just that, I say one thing and I never hear anything back from Greek. So it's like, what you want me to ring you up and be like, I'm ready today, Greek. Do it. Get the questions out. It's my time.
All right, Greek, you gotta step it up, bro.
Yeah.
Jazzy Butters asks, do you think what they said about 2022 is true? The dev said 22 was set for this game. I think we kind of answered this already, Jazzy, but go ahead, Stardust. You can handle it.
They didn't say it was all of 2022. That could literally be the first month of 2022, and they've set that. They've kept that promise, right? They could literally do a day, January 1st, one bit of content, that's it, and then they close the doors forever. That still counts, right? So that line. Again, another thing as well that's kind of important to think of is that they said consumables weren't going to be in a game. You know what I mean? So at the minute, I don't really, anything they say at the minute, I just have to see with my own eyes. I will be genuinely shocked that if by January we get a roadmap that's absolutely stacked with fun looking content. I really would be, because even the first roadmap we got was event Black Panther, right? And yeah, it's just I'm not excited to see the next roadmap because I just don't think it'll be anything that'll make us fucking go, yeah, that looks sick. So I don't think so. I think that they're a bit nervous. Let's just say that.
Say that. Artie asked, as a wrestling fan myself, what is Stardust's favorite wrestling promo, and can you recite it for us?
Okay, right. So I'm gonna do this. Can I? Let me pull up the words on here. Right. So.
Oh God, he's got it written down.
Jesus Christ! Be careful what you ask for.
Right.
Be careful what you ask for, bro.
Right. Hold on.
Artie.
I can't find the words. No.
Just go off memory.
I can't. It won't do it right. Hold on. Oh wait, here we go. Is this it? I'm on genius.com.
Oh, there you go.
I got it. Okay, so are you ready?
Go ahead.
Right. Wait, should I do it in like I'm actually cutting a promo, or should I just do it in a normal voice?
Run it like you're cutting a promo, sir.
All right.
Tell it.
John Cena. While you lay there, hopefully as uncomfortable as you possibly can be, I want you to listen to me. I want you to digest this, because before I leave in 3 weeks with your WWE Championship, I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. I don't hate you, John. I don't even dislike you. I do like you. I like you a hell of a lot more than I like most people in the back. But I hate this idea that you're the best, because you're not the best. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world. There's only one thing you're better at than I am, and that's kissing Vince McMahon's ass.
Oh.
You're as good as kissing Vince's ass as Hulk Hogan was.
Oh.
I don't know if you're as good as Dwayne, though. He's a pretty good ass kisser. Always was and still is.
Dirty.
I am the best wrestler in the world. I've been the best ever since day one when I walked into this company, and I've been vilified and hated since that day because Paul Heyman saw something in me that nobody else wanted to admit. That's right. I'm a Paul Heyman guy. You want to know who else was a Paul Heyman guy? Brock Lesnar. And he's split just like I'm splitting. But the biggest difference between me and Brock is that I'm leaving with the WWE Championship.
Oh.
I've grabbed so many of Vincent K. McMahon's brass rings that it's finally dawned on me that they're just that. They're completely imaginary. The only thing that's real is me, and the fact that day in and day out for almost 6 years, I've proved to everybody in the world that I'm the best on this microphone, in that ring, even on commentary. Nobody can touch me. I'm going to leave it there because that sounds pretty kinky.
Bravo, sir. Bravo. Which is actually
nice,
so awesome that you did that, bro. That is, you guys are really good at podcasts. Every guest that I've had on has been excellent, exquisite at doing podcasts, from Hyrule to Sad Eye to Mr. Chill the June to my dog Jay Shock Blast. And now you've led us into our next segment. Normally we do the OLT time challenge for Avengers, right? We're not doing that. Like everybody's taking a break from the game, which is awesome, but whatever. So what we're going to do is react to an old school Doom Killer video. Now, a lot of you know that I used to do YouTube way back in the day when I was a lot younger, and I quit for doing YouTube for like 8 years. So we're going to react to one of my old wrestling theme song videos. You ready, Mr. Slight Stardust?
I'm very excited.
Okay.
Right,
all right, let me get this all together real
WWE theme
quick.
song and collage. Oh no.
Let's go.
God.
It's your boy Diz9, aka Doom Killer 92.
Let's react, sir.
We doing the thing.
This sounds like Carlito. Jesus
Big
Christ.
gaming, baby. DJ Mo Jones.
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Diz9, aka Doom Killer 92. Sit back and relax. You
See him,
down,
Who the?
This
2K
time
boy.
around, we doing the thing. We see them Puma
Like,
Wall
y'all know I make theme
Order.
songs for other YouTubers.
If
Come
you
on now.
ready, well, come on. Let's go! I can't stop. You
Yeah,
won't
this
stop
is someone
me.
who's going to
Get it all up
WrestleMania.
because
That's
the
right.
underdog's on top. I will not lose. I'm destined to win.
It's
In
like
the middle
music
of the
video.
ring, you know I'm going in. I can't stop. You won't stop me. Get it all up because the underdog's on top. I will not lose. I'm destined to win. In the middle of the ring, you know I'm going in. I am the unknown. Call me the underdog. Highly underestimated till I break them all. I'm breaking down the walls. Chris Jericho. They couldn't see me coming like a RKO. Killing the competition. They need an Undertaker. Take them out one at a time. Elimination chamber. Let's have a Royal Rumble. I'm the king of the ring. Scorpion and Death lock the game. You could call me Sting. Starting from rock bottom. We here now. Don't push me to the edge or you get speared down. It's is home. Stepping in, you get flawed. This is the new age. In the middle of the ring, you know I'ma go hard. You can tell my opponent
Boom,
just
world
broke on. This principle is home. Stepping in, you gon' get
Boom, world
scored.
order, man.
Welcome to the new age. Full order. Yeah, I can't stop. You won't stop me. Made it all up because the underdog's on top. I will not lose. I'm destined to win. In the middle of the ring, you know I'm going in. I can't stop. You won't stop me. Hated all of it cause the underdogs on top. I will not
Very
lose.
catchy. I'm not
I'm
the
destined
one.
to win.
But
In the middle of the ring, you know I'm going in.
All right.
that wrestler
So
sounds like
what's that?
Ruby.
So
I'm
what's
like
that?
1, 2, 3.
So was that supposed to be like your entrance music then?
That
Like,
was
would you?
not for me. Y'all know like how I did Lejeune's theme song and Tony Bean's theme song and
Yeah.
a Simple Podcast theme song. I used to do theme songs for other YouTubers. And there was a guy called CM Puma at the time. He was a big CM Punk fan. And he was like, actually had like 20K something subscribers or something like that. And he asked me to do a theme song for him. And that was it. So what did you think of that, bro? Was that cool for like 8-9 years ago?
You know what? Let's just say I'm really glad you joined the Avengers community.
God.
I feel like there was. I feel like there's a good level of progression since then. You know what I mean? Like I feel like
Definitely.
yeah. Back then I don't know if WWE themselves would have been like, look, we need a theme song for John Cena, right? So Doom, how are you doing? You free? Like I don't know, but it was it was all right. I mean, look, I obviously I can't play it here, but theme songs I used, right, from like when I was wrestling back in the day was kind of like they kind of have this like this this build up to it, beat drops, you come out, and then it's like it goes up higher, and that's kind of how like people get all excited and stuff like that. So like I was trying to think of it in my head, like the setup for it, how you would come out of a curtain and shit like that, like, and I was like. It doesn't hit that beat drop that I make someone full of adrenaline come out and be like, fuck yeah, start fist in the air and shit. But like, yeah, it was, I mean, let's be honest, it's better than anything I could have ever made. So,
bro, that was literally like my first or second theme song. I love listening to the cringe from it because I thought I was so good back then. And then, like, I listened to it about 6 months ago, and I was like, what the was I even
that was
thinking,
that was the sort of music video. Have you ever seen those memes where it's like graphic design is my passion?
Oh my god!
It's like
have you ever seen a meme that says "Don't you even have a brain"? Like that kind of meme, right?
That'd be a good hearing aids commercial there. Actually,
that was good.
This is what you don't want to listen to. No.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like. Be happy you struggling, all right?
Okay, yeah, Bloody has been exited from the podcast for the remainder of the stream. Y'all forget I got all the damn power here, right?
I think Bloody got excited because I was like, oh.
I'm sorry, Bloody. I had to, bro. You heard my song just a little bit. I'm just playing, guys. Anyways, guys, anybody has any more questions for Mr. Slight Stardust before we get up out of here? This has been a great podcast, bro. Thank you for hanging with us. Thank you for like really wrecking Fire or Trash worse than Hyrule ever could have.
Yeah,
I was just thinking of it logically. Like I would rather light one than throw it in the bin. That's just simple.
I hear you, bro.
A lot of people,
you know what? People are still asking for you to answer the final question, which was hentai, fire or trash.
Oh, fire. This is gonna be really funny when I wake up tomorrow. My fiance is gonna be like, "So how did the podcast go?" Didn't do it. Didn't do it in the end.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, didn't do it in the end. Doom cancelled on me. Yeah, didn't do it.
King Grease says, "Why do you lie about liking Spider-Man?"
That's not true. I don't lie about. Wait, who's sorry?
Great.
There's no hyphen in between Spider-Man. I think you spelt it wrong. Do you want to?
Oh my god!
Do you want to redo the question again, sir? And I'll be able to answer that. Oh. Which side of your family is Jack Black on? He's actually my dad. He's my dad. So I'm like Tack Black, right? And my dad's Jack Black. My mum's like Sack Black, and it just kind of continues on like that. Stack Black.
Bro said why though?
No, to be honest, in Sadot's favor, I've actually heard that quite a bit. And like there was one time I was at a nightclub and I was trying on some moves, you know what I mean? And I was thinking to myself, yeah, well, I mean, I was hoping for one of those waist lock sort of situations, but we won't go into that. And like, I remember, and she was like, you know who you look like? And I was expecting a compliment. She goes, Chat Black. I was like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Am I in or not? Like, is Jack Black a thing for you, or are you not like?
Oh, Jay's in here. Hey, Jay, how you doing, bro?
Jay just popped in like hot Jack Black.
Oh, somebody, God, dude, King Greek, y'all two must have a special friendship, bro, because he's got a lot of questions that I don't even know what he's even talking about. Tell the story about how you ended up on the. Oh, is that?
Yeah, it's the meme photo. Yeah. So basically, my brother is a drag queen, right, and he works at this bar. And every so often, me and my family go there. And this night, there was a hypnotist on. So I was like, obviously, I had a couple of drinks, and I was like, I'll get hypnotized. I don't give a fuck. So I went up, and I was thinking, this is going to be nonsense, right? And he does the thing, and he's like, all right, you need to close your fists in tight. Okay. And I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden he takes me down to the floor, like fucking. I was like, I'm laying on the floor, like, don't hurt me. and then on, like, I was watching people around me genuinely be hypnotized, like start crying when he said it on command, pass out when he said it. Whereas I wasn't. I was just playing along. Like, if I wake up, he's gonna hurt me. He's gonna take me down again. He's gonna fucking. There was one where he asked me. He was like, right, be my hypnotist fairy. I was like, hang on.
He actually be a fairy?
So he gave me a wand, right? And he asked me to skip around the dance floor and hit people on the head to put them back to sleep. Yeah, no, for real. Not like actually fucking smack them one, but like, so I skipped around and I was getting into it and I was like, ding! And it fucking just watching people faint. I was looking at my mum like, I have powers. This is crazy.
Oh my god!
Like, and I was trying to alert to my family that I'm not actually hypnotized. I'm just playing along. But when I went back, they were like, "Nah, it's obviously just the hypnotist saying that you were allowed to remember." Yeah, okay, mum. Brilliant. I really danced around like a fairy when I was very much. Yeah, okay.
Oh God, dude. What goes on in your that's my final question. What the hell goes on in your head on a 24-hour basis, bro? Like the stuff you tweet, the stuff you post, the stuff that literally flies out of your fucking trap, bro. What goes on in your head, my guy?
So you know what? There's actually a deep story to this one, you know. So I used to be quite an introverted person, so I never said a word to anyone, right? Just because I was like, I can't, you know. But I was a bullied kid. You can understand why. But so I never wanted to kind of do anything like that. But then once I sort of, you know, got into like different community stuff, once I grew up a little bit, experienced some things, loads more stories, I was like, you know what? The same thing is going to happen whether I say it or not. Someone else is going to say it if I don't. So like, you know, and when it comes to like everything I post on Twitter, say to my friends and stuff, isn't actually to make them laugh, it's to make me laugh. Like, they can decide whether or not they find it funny. Like, and that's the beauty of it, because I'm thinking to myself, like, if I'm happy, then that's okay. Like, so I say shit that makes me laugh, and if everyone else agrees with it, that's fine. Like, that's
if they don't, hey.
And if they don't, then they'll just be like, "You're weird, Stardust." Yeah, well, you know what? At least I'm not fucking depressed.
Hey,
there you go.
Hey, bro, there you go. At least I'm not depressed. Shit, hell yeah. Well, guys, thank you all for tuning into this awkwardly fun. Probably, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is probably one of the funner episodes I've done. Jay Shock Blast, kind of, his was really good too. So you kind of competing with Jay.
Don't say that just because he's in chat. Don't.
No, bro. If you would have saw his fire or trash, I did. Okay, dude, bro.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was.
Celebrity sex tapes.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? We didn't even get that moment with you. You just went off about weed for 5 minutes, bro.
I'm gonna start adding in some of these questions too.
Oh,
and give you a runner. Give me a runner.
Go ahead before I end this.
Oh, I don't have none now, but I mean,
Oh.
shoot. I mean, shoot.
I was excited then.
you,
I
guys,
even
for
let
tuning
in
in.
like
This has
that,
been
ready
the
to
most
hear about stuff.
Awkwardly awesome episode of Excelsior Now podcast we have ever done. Thank you again, Mr. Slice Stardust, for
worries,
coming
man.
on, bro. Being as awesome as you are.
Absolutely.
And again, shout out to my co-host, Bloody Reckless, bro. Thank you for always being my rock. With all that said, laissez les bon temps rouler, which means let the good times roll. Peace out, people.
Glad you told me what that meant. I didn't know what that meant. Bye.